Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a full face using only e.l.f. products. When I first got into makeup, I started using e.l.f. products almost for everything. For makeup brushes, for makeup itself, just because honestly it was the cheapest and it's what I could afford at that moment. So I'm here to show you guys that you can still achieve a good makeup look using e.l.f. products. Along with this being a full face using only e.l.f. products, this is a collaboration here with my friend on YouTube. Her name is Alex. We've been supporting each other for quite some time now and we're finally collaborating here on YouTube. She is so beautiful, she's really talented, and she has a really great personality. I get drawn to channels because of personalities, not because of how good their makeup is or anything like that. I get drawn to channels just because of their personality, and she has a really great personality. I'm going to link all her information down below, so make sure to check her out after you check my video out, and then subscribe to her channel and let her know I sent you. And if you're coming from her channel, welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. Well, before we get into this video, I just wanted to share with you guys that this foundation does oxidize. As you guys can tell, it is a little bit darker than my skin complexion, and I don't know if the camera is fully picking it up, but I just wanted to let you guys know to make sure you go a little bit lighter because it's going to oxidize. Stop rambling on now. So if you want to see how I got this makeup look, then just keep watching. So one of my favorite things e.l.f. I've ever used was actually one of the first things I've ever purchased from them, and this is the e.l.f. exfoliant lip thingy that they offer. So it's like a lipstick, looks like this, but it's like an exfoliant, so you're going to exfoliate your lips. So I'm going to exfoliate them, and on the bottom there's a lip balm. So I'm going to exfoliate my lips, clean it off, and then I'm going to put the lip balm on just to start getting my lips moisturized for when I put lipstick on later on. So now we're going to start with our brows. We're going to go, we're going to go along with our brows. And I'm going to be using, what is it called? I have a brand new one. This one's the one that I'm using. This one's black, so I don't think I'll ever use this one on myself. But this one is the Instant Lift Brow Pencil. It looks like this. And this product is super creamy, but it does last all day if you set it properly. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do when I use this brow pencil, just because it is super creamy and it will wear off if you do not set it or do what I'm about to show y'all. But for $2, and then the other products that I'm going to use are either $2 or $1, you're going to like it. So we're going to go going to our brows, fill it in. On top of the e.l.f. lift pencil, we're going to use the powder, the e.l.f. This is like the brow duo. It comes with a light powder and a dark like pomade type thing. So this is what I like to do. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but this is what I like to do. I like to go in with the pomade a little bit, and then you'll go in with the powder. You'll like dip it in the powder afterwards. Not that I don't know if that's right. I just do it. This is my preference, so I'll dark harsh line. Now we're going to set our brows. We're going to be using the e.l.f. like gel duo. So one side is for brows and the other one is for lashes, but I'm only going to be using the brow one for today. I picked up the e.l.f. concealer and highlighter. Mine is in the color, I think, oh, it's called Medium Glow. So it looks like this. The undertone is not my undertone, which kind of sucks, but I'm going to put a little bit on my back of my hand. And then with a flat concealer brush, I think this is called, I'm not sure, but with a flat brush we're going to clean up our brows a little bit. Now that our brows are done, we're going to go in and prime our eyelids to get ready for some eyeshadow. This is what it looks like. Come on, focus. This is the first like eye primer I've ever used. What is with this freaking hair? Now to set that so it doesn't budge, we're going to use the powder that I got for my under eye, and this one's in the color Ivory. This is just the e.l.f. pressed powder. So we're just going to set our eyelids with this color. With this. I'm really liking this combo. This is honestly the most neutral I've ever successfully gotten my eyelids, and I really like it. Now I'm going to be using this e.l.f. quad for my eyes, but I'm going to show you guys something. They're saying that this color right here is a crease color. That's not a crease color that I like to use. A transition color, not my cup of tea. So what I'm going to do for my crease color is I'm going to go in with my bronzing palette. And with this kind of, the fourth color, so I'm going to put it in the right position. The fourth color is what I'm going to use for my transition shade. Now actually going in with the crease color from this palette. This one is called a matte for plum palette, and this one again was $2. So I'm going to be using the crease color that they have on there for my outer corners. Now we're going to go back in with the brush that I used for my transition, but we're not going to add any product to it. We're just going to blend it out a little bit. And again, we're going to be going back and forth, packing things on, just because I don't want to put too much product on and then regret it. So I'd rather put a little bit by a little bit, and then, yeah, that's how we're going to do it. I'm going to put a little bit of the concealer on the back of my hand, because I'm going to use that to kind of make a little bit of a surface to put the Aqua Molted Liquid Eyeshadow on top. So just take the concealer, so we're going to go about halfway, if you guys see what I did there. And then we're going to take the Ivory pressed powder again, just to set that a little bit. Now we're going to go in with the Molted Liquid Eyeshadow by e.l.f. This one's in the color Rose Gold. This is what it looks like. It's really pretty. It feels like really liquidy, but when it dries, it's bomb, girl. So after I put that on my eyes, we're going to use this e.l.f. highlighter. Not that I really have to, but I want to. I want to set that. Even though it's not a rose gold tint, I feel like it's going to look nice. Well, it does look nice. I like the way it looks with this eye. So we're going to take a little brush with some of that highlighter. This is what it looks like, by the way. So now we're going to take the brush and we're just going to pack it on lightly just to set it fully. We're going to take the same brush that I use for the crease and we're going to try to blend everything in together, and then we're going to go add more product, make it a little bit more defined, and blend it out again. We're just going to keep doing that until I feel like we get the best consistency to match this eye. Be using this e.l.f. mascara. This one is the lengthening and volumizing mascara. Now for the face, I do not have a e.l.f. primer. We're going to be using this e.l.f. mist. It's said to be a primer mist, so we're going to use this all over. Now the foundation that I'm going to be using on my face, it is a little bit too dark for me, but we're going to make it work. This is the e.l.f. foundation. This is the e.l.f. foundation. Mine is in the color Buff. And the undertone is a little bit too ashy for me, but we're going to make it work, like I said. So we're just going to pump. Actually, before I put that foundation on, we're going to use this e.l.f. concealer, and we're going to hide these red marks a little bit just because I don't know if this foundation is going to cover them fully, so we're just going to hide them. Now this is a corrector that I've used for a long time. This is the second time with the foundation on my face. This time I definitely look better than the first time. It's sitting pretty nicely, but again, it's too dark for my right now. I'm trying a little bit. And this foundation definitely oxidizes. Now we're going to use the same concealer we used to clean up our brows, but we're going to be using the concealer and the highlighting part this time. Oh my god, this is like not stopping being oxidized. Like, I feel my hair right now. The first time I used this foundation, I didn't do this bad. We're gonna see what we do this. Now to set our under eyes, we're going to be using again the Ivory by e.l.f. the pressed powder. Alright, it's looking a little bit better. Now to set the rest of our face, we're going to be using the e.l.f. pressed powder, but this time we're going to be using it in the color light medium, and this is what it looks like. So hopefully it'll lighten my face a little bit because it's dark. Back to our eyes, and we're going to use the same crease color, and we're going to go to our under eyes. So this like purplish color, this plum color actually. Next, we're going to use this e.l.f. duo. This is literally one of the first bronzers and blushes I've ever owned in my entire life. This is obviously not the one that I've owned. I've purchased this several times, and so far this has always been one of my favorites. So we're going to use this bronzer. We're going to use this bronzer to warm up our face a little bit. And for highlight, we're going to use, again, the Moonlight Pearl e.l.f. highlighter. We're going to spray our face again with the e.l.f. Aqua Primer Mist. And for our lips, we're going to go a little dark. We're going to be using this Berry Black by e.l.f. So this right here is the finished makeup look. I really like the way it came out. The only thing I do not like is the oxidization of this foundation, but we're gonna work with it. Again, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Again, make sure to check out Alex. Tell her I sent you. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.